Hello and welcome to video 6 in our series. In this video I'll be discussing the shamanic principle of living in right relation, or as the shamans of Peru like to call it, living in the state of Ayni. In the tradition of the people of the Andes, Ayni is the guiding principle of life. Ayni is a sacred reciprocity, a relational flow of energy establishing and maintaining balance. Traditionally, in the Andes, many small farming villages considered Ayni as just a part of their daily lives. People would give to others of their time, their produce, or just a listening ear, and the people who received, for their part, would always give what they could back in return, with both integrity and gratitude, thus maintaining an integral balance in the relationship. And this Ayni is not just only the relationship between one person and another, it's also the relation that we have, the right relation in our community, in greater society, and with our planet, our Mother Earth. So, the shamans, they really believed and took Ayni extraordinarily seriously in this relationship with our Mother Earth. For them, our Mother was our provider. We could not live without our Mother Earth. She provides everything for us, from the oxygen we breathe, to the food we eat, to the ability we can find, make ourselves shelters to protect ourselves, to everything for our own survival. So for the shaman, it goes even deeper than this, because they've always had an incredible reverence for Mother Earth, for what she provides, and also what they have developed in their own culture as seeing in the invisible world. So it's not just the world of nature that we can see. For millennia, shamans have been communicating with the spirits of plants and animals, thus always knowing which plants were for healing and which plants were suitable to eat. So this communication has been an integral part of the whole relationship, the whole reciprocity of between the shaman, his community, and the Mother Earth, our planet. So this sacred reciprocity gives a profound reverence for the natural world, a reverence which we in our modern society have lost. A reverence and that real sense of the sacred interconnectedness of all life. Now, on a physical level, the shamans, shamanic peoples, only ever took what they needed to survive. They were never greedy. They never took more than they needed. And whenever they took, if they killed an animal or felled a tree or picked plants to eat or for healing, they only ever took what they needed, and they wasted nothing. They really used the whole animal for clothing, for protection, for the house, for whatever. That nothing ever was wasted. On a spiritual level, what the shamans would do would be to regularly make offerings to the nature spirits, thanking them for their help, for their guidance, for their bounty. And also there would be regular ceremonies, praying for the healing and the protection of Mother Earth, and also for celebrating the seasons, the full moon, the changes, the solstice, the equinoxes, etc. These would be part of their gratitude and their giving back in prayer and incredibly powerful rituals for their Mother Earth. That was their form of Ayni on a sacred level. Unfortunately, in our modern society, we have tragically lost this principle of Ayni, this principle of sacred reciprocity. In our sense of community, there is no longer this giving from the heart, giving what we can. It's not so much what is given, it's a question of how it is given. So even if you have very little, you can give a great deal. You can give a warm smile, a listening ear, a helping hand. Now, in our society today, as we all know, mental health abounds. There is more people now with mental health issues than ever before. And of course, loneliness also abounds with the young and the old people alike. It's extraordinary how many people in this busy, busy world feel completely alone, and who may, some people, go for days without seeing another human face or hearing another human voice. This is tragic. This is not the sense of Ayni in the community. This is not living. So all around us there is the evidence that we are not in right relation. Not with others, not with our communities, and not with our earth, our planet, our Mother Earth. When you think about it, we have calamities on a daily basis. There are mass shootings, there's bullying, rampant bullying, faceless bullying, cyberbullying, trolling, increasing suicide rates with young men who've got their whole lives ahead of them. There is social injustice. There has never been so much polarity between the rich and the poor. And then there is, of course, the willful desecration of our planet, of our Mother Earth. In our society today, selfishness and self-interest abounds. There has never been a bigger polarity between the rich and the poor, and there has never been so much political and media manipulation of the masses, and it becomes increasingly outrageous, and people are being increasingly brainwashed, and what's being installed in them is fear. So not only are we out of Ayni with each other and with our communities, we are also out of Ayni with so much of the balance of modern life. For example, modern technology. Modern technology is a wonderful thing if it is used properly, if it is used in a positive way. And yet it is also responsible of robbing us of a lot of human contact. A lot of humanity is lost because everything is automated, everything is online, people can spend hours and hours just lost in a virtual world. So many young people just glued to their mobile phones. Social media, gaming, whatever. They're living and they're spending hours and hours of their day living in a virtual world. And for older people, it's increasingly tragic as well. This is not the world they grew up in. If they have a problem that needs resolving and they're worried about something, they pick up the phone to talk to someone at the bank or at Social Security or whatever. They pick up the phone wanting to hear a human voice. And They fall on a sophisticated automated system where you have to press 1 for this and then press 2 for that. And it's all automated. There is no human voice at the end of the line. This is so sad and so wrong. We are meant to communicate. We are meant to give. We are meant to be of service for others. This is why we're here. We are totally out of Ayni. But the worst thing of all, really, for me, is the fact that we are completely out of Ayni with our planet, with our Mother Earth. Swathes of forests destroyed for profit are creating, well, lack of habitat for so many species, so many animals, who are now, one by one, facing possible extinction. The Amazon rainforest, it's the lungs of our planet. It is the oxygen that we breathe. We need this for our very existence, and yet it continues to be demolished on a daily basis for short-term gains. Now, climate change due to fossil fuels is actually cited as fake news by several world leaders who will be nameless on this film, which leads us to think, well, can they not see what is it in front of their very eyes? Or are they completely brainwashed by self-interest and greed? Because this is what our society has become. Now, there's also the plundering of the Mother Earth for all of her precious bounty. For example, her incredible, valuable, precious minerals that are mined and taken and sold for extraordinary, ridiculous amounts of money with no thought of giving anything back. We rob her of her bounty and her beauty, giving nothing back in return. Now, this is a complete lack of reciprocity between man and his home that gives us life. Now, both shamans and ecologists alike agree of the gravity of this situation. We must maintain the health of our planet, upon which our very future existence depends. The future of our children and of our children's children. Now, we may feel very helpless about this. What can we do? Especially when most of this destruction and manipulation for profit is led by faceless, invisible men of power. These men of power are often pulling the strings of the world leaders, and yet we don't know who they are. We don't know who are their names. It can leave us feeling powerless, absolutely. But on the other hand, we can also begin to develop Ayni in our own lives and share that concept with others. Having Ayni with our relationships and with our relationship with Mother Nature, if we continue to do this on a daily basis, and other like-minded souls in other parts of the world do the same, this will create a ripple effect, energetically and practically, all over the world. The collective does have power. So, before every encounter in your day, ask yourself, what can I give to this relationship? Respect, energy, your compassion, your gratitude, whatever it is, give it freely, gift it from the place of your heart. This is sacred reciprocity. After each meal, for example, be conscious of the bounty of what Mother Earth has provided you to eat. Be grateful. Express your gratitude. Energetically, that, if it's repeated every single day, starts to make a difference. And spend as much time out in nature as you can. And express your gratitude at the beauty and the healing and the bounty of our natural world. Send prayers of gratitude and healing to our Mother. And if it feels authentic for you, you can consider even getting involved in local ecology projects. But the more we do these things and react in these ways and feel this principle of Ayni, we deepen our awareness of the sacred interconnectedness of all life. In living a life of Ayni, in living the life of a sacred reciprocity, of giving back, of gratitude, we'll be creating a chain of life and filling our lives with reverence, humility, and service. And isn't that exactly what our world needs right now? Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all again next time.